As we've done a few times earlier this year, we are catching up with Jen's deputy editor, Juliana Lemure, on the road, this week at SynBio Beta, the conference in Oakland, California. I'm Kevin Davis with Jen. Juliana, great to see you. How are things going?
Hi, Kevin. Great to see you too. Yep, I'm here in Oakland at SynBio Beta, and it's day 3. Actually, we're almost done. But it's been a great conference so far, and yeah, just looking forward to wrapping it up and coming home.
I know SynBio Beta is one of your favorite conferences from before pandemic times. It had a bit of a blip last year, as has been fairly well documented. There was a change in management. COVID didn't help, of course. But John Cumbers, the founding executive director, is back in control, and it sounds like things are normal service has been resumed, I guess.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, you said it. SynBio Beta is back. It's back in full swing. It is bigger in every way this year, and just really been terrific. There's many more people here, I think, than in years past. At least it seems like it. I'm sitting in a networking area right now, which is just like buzzing with all these little tables full of people just meeting each other and networking. It's one of the best parts of SynBio Beta. There's been more talks, more panels, more companies on the sponsor floor, the expo floor. So just like, it's just just very busy. All
right. Well, we've got a few minutes with you. So what are some of the big highlights that you will be taking home back to the East Coast with you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that one thing that's struck me as pretty different this year is the focus at the meeting and the content of the meeting on human health and the role that SynBio is playing in drug development and other aspects of human health. I would say in years past, it's been here, but not with the same emphasis. So, you know, right out of the gate, first thing on the first panels, ARPA-H was introduced, and that's a new government, funding structure for like big moonshots in human health. And SynBio is a really critical piece of that, the component of that. Also a big panel on human health. And then also my own, I did 2 panels here at SynBio Beta, but one of them was also focused on, really getting into the nuts and bolts of how some of these SynBio tools can make a difference. BitBio was on that panel and talking about their cells, also DNA writing, techniques for gene therapy, and Ginkgo Bioworks was also on that panel. So I would say that has been something. And I guess the other thing that's been really, there's been a lot of attention on, at least from my perspective this year, is the DNA writing space.
Yeah.
So, there's like been the traditional, historic way to write DNA in the phosphoramidite chemistry, but now there's a ton of new enzymatic synthesis companies coming up, and other companies that are not even falling under each of those categories. So there's a lot of DNA writing companies here, a lot of talks on DNA writing, and I just was in one earlier on the biosecurity aspect of, writing DNA and what that's going to mean and how we need to think about all these aspects of growth. So that's another big thing going on here.
So does it feel different from previous years? Does it feel like the field is maturing or expanding and pushing into new areas that perhaps weren't much discussed in previous years?
I would say a lot. Well, I think a lot of the areas are the same. I mean, there's still, I know we just talked about those 2, but there's still a lot of talks and information going on around, SynBio and food, making food, climate change, fashion, personal care products, and changing all those things. But one thing that's the same is the enthusiasm and the energy here. I mean, there's really the energy that we all go home with to like just use SynBio to, and really, as everybody says, use biology to make things more sustainable in our world and to change the world for the better is just like very palpable here.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite talk or favorite panel that you participated in or attended?
Well, I mean, I love all of the ones that get kind of dig into the science. But one that I really liked. So if you don't know John Cumbers, who runs SynBio Beta, worked at NASA for many years and has a real, you know, deep affection for space travel and that world. And so there's actually 3 astronauts here at SynBio Beta, and they had a panel, I think it was last night or the night before, I can't remember. And oh my gosh, just, you know, talking about both using not just you know, science in general, but SynBio in particular, the new tools coming up in SynBio on Earth to improve what's going on for astronauts in space, but also doing research in space to improve things here on Earth. It pretty much blew my mind, and I really, really enjoyed that one. Yeah.
And I understand there are some celebrity sightings as well.
Yeah, of course. So, well, last night, Tom Middleditch was on I had a fireside chat with Seth Bannon, actually. And
who is Tom Middleditch for those who...
Yeah, he's in a show called Silicon Valley. But both Seth and Tom are really interested in promoting and investing SynBio, especially in like the climate change space and things like that. So they had a really very fun, Tom's like very funny. And so it was a very fun, great light conversation. So yeah, that was really fun.
So I'm sure you're already looking forward to next year's conference. What are some of the big themes, or what are your hopes for next year? And if you were given the option to moderate another session, what would you like that to be on?
Oh yeah, well, so John has mentioned a couple things about next year. I think keeping a couple close to his chest, but it's going to be in San Jose, so that's a change from the last 2 years it's been in Oakland.
Yeah,
it's going to be in a much bigger venue, so I think he's planning. I think he has like really big plans for it. He was talking about how they're going to have like an AI pavilion. So I think he'll have different things like that. I should also mention that another panel that I hosted was with the founder of a company called Opentrons, and they make like automation robots. And so that's been another big theme this year that I didn't really mention. What would if I could pick a panel next year?
Why not? I'm sure he's watching.
Oh, wow. That's I mean, you know me, anything. It's all so cool. I could, and it's, I like talking about the things that I know things about because I've learned about them and written about them. I also like with the Opentrons, I like learning new things too. So.
Well, it's really great that not only are you there reporting on such an exciting conference for Jen, but you have a good relationship with the organizers, and you're able to feature on the stage and bring your flair to the program as well, which I'm sure they appreciate. So Juliana, safe travels. Thanks so much for reporting, and we'll catch you on the road next time.
Okay, see you soon, Kevin. Thanks.
Bye-bye.